Hello friends, I hope you all are doing great. I, CA Pujan Kapadia, welcome you all on my today's lecture on the subject of banking paper 6. Today we are going to discuss about the introduction regarding this paper. Before starting with today's session, I would like to inform you that the entire video will be covering a knowledge discussion on various topics linked with its subject. But in between, there will be several tests where you'll be asked certain MCQs of which you need to answer correctly. So I request all the participants to take due care of the good understanding of all the topics so that you can answer the questions correctly. So now I would like to talk about what are the topics that I'm going to cover in my today's lecture. Firstly, we are going to talk about the syllabus, like what all are the topics that we are going to study in semester 3 of banking paper 6. Secondly, we are going to discuss about the paper style, like what is the weightage of the various questions, how will be the short questions asked, how will be the long question asked, and what will be about the short notes. And lastly, I'm going to give you the brief introduction on all the topics that we are going to study in this particular semester. Starting with the syllabus. Your unit number 1 is central bank. The weightage of which is 30%. Now let's see one by one what all are the topics that we are going to study under this unit. The first topic is definition. We are going to learn the definition of central bank. I guess you all are clear what is central bank. The main bank, the apex bank of the country is known as central bank. In India, we have RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, as our central bank, the logo of which can be easily seen on the screen. Second thing, what we are going to study is objective of central bank. Why central bank? Why do a country needs a central bank? What is the objective behind this? Like, for example, if I want to say, what is the role of central bank? Then I can say, central bank is someone who takes care about the money supply in the country. Central bank is someone who takes care regarding the entire banking system in the country. So we are going to study what all are the objectives for which we need to have a central bank in a country. The third topic that we are going to deal in this particular unit is origin and growth of central banking in India. Let's get into the past. I guess it was a 10th standard syllabus of social studies where you have crammed that RBI was incorporated in the year 1935 and RBI was nationalized in the year 1949. Yes, you heard it right. Incorporated in 1935 and nationalized in the year 1949. In this topic, we are going to study from where the roots of RBI were planted and till date, how RBI has grown in all the sectors, in all the services it is providing to the nation. Fourth is RBI as a central bank. In this topic, we are going to study several functions that are being performed by the RBI as a central bank of our country. It can be issuing the monetary notes, it can be regulating the money supply in the economy, it can be taking care of the entire banking system of the nation, and many more points. We will look into the same in detail when we go to that particular chapter. Next topic, again an important one, is central bank and economic development. In this particular topic, I would just like to lay down a small point. What is economic development? We define it as a overall progress from the viewpoint of economy of the entire country is known as economic development. Now, what is a main trigger that leads a country towards development? In this sense, RBI or the central bank plays an important role for the economic development of the country. From next topic is Central bank and economic stability. First of all, let me guide you. What is economic stability? We have heard about inflation. We have heard about deflation. In this particular topic, if a country wants to be stable, that is, it does not wants any inflation, neither it wants any kind of deflation. It wants its value of money to be stable. And this process is known as economic stability, where the price level of the currency is increasing, but at a minor rate. What is the role of central bank in maintaining this economic stability will be covered under this topic. I hope you are clear with a brief idea of what all points we are going to study in the unit 1 central bank. Just to let you know again, the weightage of this unit is 30%. Moving ahead, the second unit that we are going to study under this banking paper 6 is payment bank. The weightage of this unit is 20%. The logo says it all. I guess there won't be any person who would not be aware with Paytm. Yes friends, we are going to study what is payment bank. Paytm is one kind of payment bank and we are having several other payment banks like Paytm. First topic that we are going to include in this unit is meaning. That is, what is payment bank? Second is challenges and opportunities. Challenges means if a payment bank is functioning in our country, what all are the challenges, what all are the difficulties it is going to face in order to perform its operations smoothly. For example, if we take villages, the technological infrastructure in rural areas is not so good in order to support each and every technological facilities and payment bank services. As a result of which, I can say proper technological infrastructure is not there, which is a challenge of payment bank. At the same time, if I look at the opportunity, today each and every person is running busy with time. So people are preferring less to move in the banks. Rather, they are going or they are focusing more on having banking facilities on their hand, that is their mobile phones. And Paytm or payment bank is going to be of a great boon in this scenario. So I can say this habit of public is going to be opportunity for the payment bank. The third topic that we are going to discuss under this unit is future of payment bank in Indian banking industry. We all are aware these days that many banks are working in our country. There are mergers going on for the many public sector banks. In this particular scenario, where all the commercial banks are performing wonderfully, we are going to study that what is going to be the role and what is going to be the future of payment bank in our Indian banking industry. With this, I guess you all are clear with the topics that we are going to study under unit 2, that is payment bank. Again, the weightage of this topic is going to be 20%. The third unit that we are going to study in the subject is money market. I guess few of you might have heard about this word, or it can be a new word for many of the students. So first of all, I'd like to let you know that the weightage of this particular unit is going to be 25%. First topic that we are going to study is what is the meaning of money market. Just to let you know that when anyone requires fund for a longer period of time, we term it as a capital market. For example, share market. But when any person has the fund requirements for a period of 1 year or less, the short-term instruments of financing are had under money market. The first topic that we are going to study over here is what is the meaning of money market. Important point is the maturity of the money market instruments is maximum 1 year. It can be of maximum 1 year or a lesser period of time. The next topic we are going to study is the functions of money market, like what all are the things that money market offers us and what all are the things that money market does. So we are going to discuss here about the functions of the money market. Thirdly, and most importantly, which is a detailed topic that we are going to look after, is components of money market. Here we are going to study different money market instruments offered in our country. For example, you might have heard about treasury bills. You might have heard about commercial papers. What is treasury bills? What is commercial papers? What are the bills of exchange? All these topics are going to be dealt with in this particular topic. So this is about unit 3, money market, the weightage of which is 25%. Moving to the fourth and the last unit of our syllabus is management of NPA. In this unit, the weightage is 25%. The first topic is meaning of non-performing assets. I feel this would be a common word. You might have heard it many a times. You might have read in the newspapers that this bank is undergoing a huge amount of NPA. We are going to study basically what NPA means. The full form of NPA is non-performing assets. If any of the loan account gets overdue by more than 90 days, yeah, there are two important words. First is overdue. Overdue means if you have taken a loan from the bank and if you are failing to pay the principal amount or interest amount or both. The second important word was 90 days. That if you are failing to pay the same amount for more than 90 days, then your account is going to be classified as non-performing asset by the bank. The most important thing, that the meaning of NPA, overdue account for more than 90 days. Second topic that we are going to cover in this particular head is factors affecting NPA. We have understood what is NPA, a overdue account for 90 days. Now we are going to study what all are the factors that leads to rising NPA. Why NPA is increasing day by day. Third topic is classification of NPA. In this particular topic, we are going to study different types of non-performing assets. Last and the most important thing, which is in fact a practical topic to be studied, is efforts which are made by the Indian bank to minimize NPA. These days, in this COVID crisis, we all are aware that the repaying capacity of the people is going to suffer a lot. As a result of which, bank is going to face huge NPAs. You can clearly see in the picture which is kept below. A person, a bank is taking the burden of NPA. In accountancy terms, I can say NPA is nothing. It is a loss which is faced by a bank, and it is less earnings and more of the loss situation. As a result of which, we are going to study under this head what all are the steps which are taken by the Indian bank in order to reduce the NPA amount. So this is all about unit 4, the weightage of which is 25%. This is the entire syllabus. Just to take a quick view over it, the first unit is about central bank. That is, we are going to study overall central bank and RBI as a central bank in India. Weightage is 30%. Second is payment bank, 20% weightage. Few topics, meaning, challenges, opportunities, and future. Third is money market. Weightage is 25%. As I said, a short-term instrument, financing instrument, the maturity of which can be maximum up to 1 year, is known as money market instrument. The fourth topic is management of NPA. If any account stays overdue for more than 90 days, it is going to be classified as a non-performing asset, under which we are going to study the meaning, the factors, the classification, and the efforts to reduce the NPA, the weightage of which is 25%. In Crux, we are going to study 4 units in the entire semester. To be very honest, the syllabus of this subject is quite less compared to other subjects, as a result of which you have ample time to gain proficiency on each and every topic we study. Moving ahead, is it time to test your knowledge? Let's check how much you have retained from this first part of the video. Now, what I will be doing is, I'll be showing you one question for 30 seconds in which you have to mark the correct answer. After all the questions gets over, we are going to discuss the correct answers for each and every one. I guess 30 seconds will be sufficient for one question under which you need to mark your answers correctly. So your time starts now. I hope you all might have marked your answers and you have marked have correctly. Now let's take a look for all the questions. First question that I ask you is, which is the Central Bank of India? I guess it would be the most easiest question to answer. The correct answer is yes. The correct answer is A, RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. Second question was, RBI was nationalized in which year? When it was nationalized, I used 2 years when I was discussing the topic. RBI was incorporated in the year 1935, but it was nationalized in the year 1949. So the correct answer to this question is option B, 1949. Third question was, which is the challenge for payment bank? Which is the limitation? What is the challenge? In that I have discussed regarding the rural areas. The correct answer is option number B, technological infrastructure in rural areas, where we have discussed that if there is a lack of technological infrastructure, lack of facilities which cannot support the payment banking transaction, then the purpose of payment bank would fail in rural areas. Fourth is again a easier one. Account is said to be NPA if it's overdue for, yes, answer is C, 90 days. Fifth question is, money market instruments maximum maturity is dash years. The correct answer is option number A, 1 year. We have discussed over here that the maximum maturity period that a money market instrument can have is 1 year, because it is a short-term financial instruments. I hope almost all of you might have got all the answers correct. If not, I would like to request to go back to the first part of the lecture and see it again to gain a clear knowledge on all the topics that we are going to study in this semester. Well, moving ahead, I would like to go to the paper style that we are going to have in our VNSU examination. Question number 1 is basically going to be answer in brief. In this, you are going to be asked 5 questions, 2 marks each. Remember friends, it is not like that we are directly going to be asked questions which are given in the syllabus. There may be certain questions which are directly related to the syllabus but not there in the syllabus. So you need to explore the topic to the way out possible so that you can answer those questions correctly. So the important message that I want to convey by this thing is, it is not only the topics we need to confine ourselves, we need to explore much more over and above that so that we can have a general idea of what we are going to study. So banking 6 is not only what is given in the syllabus, but it is also about going around the syllabus and gaining the practical knowledge of the syllabus. The second question is going to be the long question. It can be asked either in 2 ways. First way can be, they'll be asking you 2 questions, each of 13 marks, and they'll be giving you option. So you need to attempt any one out of those 2 questions. Second can be, they'll be asking you 2 questions, one of 7 marks and second of 6 marks, and they'll be providing you the option for the same. Again, it is up to you which alternative to opt for. You are going to get an option for sure, but it can be either the combination of 13 marks, 13 marks. It can be the combination of 13 marks and short questions of 7 marks or 6 marks, in that manner. Third question is long question, in which again you can be having 13 marks question with an option, or 2 questions of 7 marks and 6 marks with an option. The last question is question number 4, which is going to be a short note. They'll be asking you 4 questions, of which you are supposed to attempt any 2. Each question will be bearing 7 marks. So this is the brief idea about the paper style. It is subject to change, but chances are less they'll sticking to the paper style that I have provided over here. Well, I hope I am clear with the paper style of this particular subject. Now I'd like to share one important point. The long question, that is question number 2, question number 3, and the short notes, that is question number 4. If you are going to check the last year papers, then you will find that the question is directly the topic of the syllabus. For example, let's take management of NPA chapter. Topic number 2, factors affecting NPA. So they'll be directly asking you the same question as a short note, factors affecting NPA. So the crux, what I want to say you is, at least you need to have a thorough knowledge of each and every topic of the syllabus that I have mentioned over here. Moving ahead, I want to discuss the core topics of the subject which we are going to deal with in the semester. First topic is your central bank. Why it is important to study central bank? You know, during this pandemic COVID-19 crisis, it is the central bank that is coming forward to take all the decisions regarding to the monetary transactions. They are offering many kind of loans. They are giving many kind of subsidies in the loans. So basically a central bank is someone, we can say it is an engine that drives the economy. As a result of which it becomes inevitable for us as a banking specialization students to have a thorough knowledge of what is central bank, what is the role of central bank, what all are the functions of central bank, why it is important for a central bank to be a part of the entire banking system. Second topic is payment bank. According to me, this is the very important topic if you consider from your career perspective. See, as a career option, it is always good to have something which is growing, because payment bank is one such thing which is in a growing stage, in a developing stage, and the coming era is going to be the sum where the transactions by digital mode is going to catch a peak. In such crisis like COVID, where it is difficult to move out of our places, all the people are relying on the digital transaction. Here, payment banks is going to be the best alternative to go for. As a result of which, it is necessary to have the knowledge of what is payment bank, what are the challenges that payment bank is facing as of now, how we can go out and deal with all these challenges and create an infrastructure which can be our opportunity. So we are definitely going to predict how the payment bank is going to perform in future in our Indian banking industry. But at the same time, I would just like to tell you, though it is not a part of your syllabus, but cyber security is something you are going to have. You must be having the knowledge of the same, because the cyber crimes are increasing these days, and payment bank is something which works totally on the digital platform. So as a student, we should have the bit knowledge of cyber security also. The third topic, that is money market. As I told you, money market is a short-term financial instrument which offers you finance. Maybe start from overnight, that is you can get a finance for one day also, and it can extend maximum for a 1 year. Now many businessmen are in a need of working capital. They do not want loans for 3 years and 5 years or much more period. What they want is they want a loan for temporary period. For example, again, I would refer to the present pandemic crisis. People are not looking for a loan for a longer period of time. What they are looking for is they want their business to be on track very soon. As a result of which they are asking for 3 months loan, 6 months loan. In this particular thing, money market instruments can be a great boon and of great help. So it is necessary for us to study what is money market, what are the functions of money market, which all are the different instruments that come under money market of which we can take the advantage of. Last but not the least, non-performing assets. Trust me, friends, for a bank, this is the area of the most major concern. Non-performing asset, if the non-performing asset are rising continuously, then there is a big question mark on the performing of the bank, because non-performing asset leads to direct loss to the banks. As a result of which, from the viewpoint of a bank, it is necessary to keep NPA under control, because if the NPA rises, the chances of recovery of the funds decreases, which may last into the loss to the banks. So here it is necessary for us to classify account as NPA. What we are going to learn is what is NPA, when we can classify an account as an NPA, what are the factors that leads to NPA. For example, if I'm taking a loan from the bank, but I'm not going any of my proof, and bank is just lending me the loan, then here what banks keep is to take the basic KYC of mine, which may again lead to the NPA. So there are many factors that we are going to consider. For example, my income. If I'm having an income of 1 lakh rupees and my bank is giving me loan of 1 crore rupees, again, it is not viable practically, right? As a result of which we need to study what all are the factors that leads to NPA, which gets to be corrected, as a result of which we can reduce the amount of NPA. Next, what we are going to study is what are the steps which are taken by Indian bank, and we can also include what all are the steps that Indian bank can take in order to reduce the amount of the NPA. I guess I am clear with the basic topic that we are going to study in the coming semester. Yet I have not started with the syllabus. This was just a brief introduction about all the units that we are going to take care in this semester 5. I wish you all the best and wish to see soon in my upcoming lectures. Thank you for patience listening. Thank you, friends.